Hello everyone, welcome to an OJCS story time where today our story is going to help us to learn about something called idioms. And what an idiom is an expression where the words in that expression don't really mean what the words are. So if I said, it's raining cats and dogs outside, well, that doesn't mean it's really raining cats and dogs outside. That means that it's raining really hard. Another one that we use all the time that I'm sure you've heard is, you've got a real sweet tooth. Well, it doesn't mean that one of your teeth tastes sugary. It means that you really like eating sweets and desserts. So this book is about all kinds of the most popular idioms, and it's called Monkey Business by Wallace Edwards. And as we go, I will explain what some of the expressions mean if you haven't heard them before. So first, the author explains the word idiom, a group of words whose meaning cannot be understood from the meaning of the individual words. An expression peculiar to a specific language that cannot be translated literally. So if you were not English and someone said it's raining cats and dogs, you would think that they meant it for real. But if you have grown up speaking English your whole life, you've probably learned some of these expressions. So here's the first one, and it's very funny. It says, even in a serious meeting, Professor Apeson sensed there might be monkey business going on. Monkey business. So I'm sure if you're acting really silly with your friends, you may have heard a parent say, oh, well, you guys are getting up to some monkey business. It means you're being silly, right? Well, in this picture, these monkeys are really doing business. When he was on the ball, there was no limit to what King Pigglebottom could do. So this expression is on the ball. On the ball means you're getting it exactly right. It was cold and wet outside, but Gavin felt as snug as a bug in a rug. There's a bug in a rug. That's another expression you might have heard being tucked in at night by your parents, making you as snug as a bug in a rug. Although Mumford had promised not to gossip, he let the cat out of the bag. Well, there's a cat, a big cat, a lion coming out of the bag, or a tiger rather. So letting the cat out of the bag means you've told a secret, or something has come to light that you didn't want other people to know, or maybe shouldn't have been come out to everybody. So that's what that expression means. Not again, sighed Owen. It isn't easy being a bull in a china shop. So bull in a china shop usually means that we're very clumsy and maybe we're, knocking things over or making things uncomfortable. Eloise had a craving for snails, but she accidentally opened a can of worms. Can of worms. So you might have heard the expression, oh, that's another can of worms, or that's a whole can of worms. It means that there's a lot of information that you're learning that is something that is about something maybe not directly related to what the main subject is. So a can of worms is a whole nother issue. Phil had no formal musical training, so he learned to play by ear. Play by ear. That usually means that you have a good ear for music and you can learn things very easily. Learn music very easily. Quentin could always be counted on to rise to the occasion. Rise to the occasion. It means that you're up for the challenge. You're able to accomplish it. Rise to the challenge. Sometimes, though camellia, it's better to show your true colors. True colors. So that means who you really are. Your true colors. Forbes had no intention of sharing his cupcake. He had a real sweet tooth. And we talked about sweet tooth at the beginning. So in this picture, this walrus, one of his teeth is actually sweet, just like we were saying before. When it was time to deliver, Peg laid it on the line. Laid it on the line. So what that means is, the expression laid it on the line means that you're putting everything up for that exact moment, for that situation. You're maybe risking something to accomplish something else. It's risky. This is a dog-eat-dog world, mused Reginald, reflecting on his life of hard-won luxury. So there's a dog eating a hot dog. But the expression dog-eat-dog usually means that to get somewhere, we've had to maybe step on other people's toes a little bit, meaning that maybe we've kind of, to get ourselves ahead, we've put other people behind. That's a way you could explain it. Having departed from her usual pattern, Isadora seemed a little off the wall. So the expression off the wall usually means that something's a bit crazy, like you're being really off the wall. That's really off the wall. It's something really crazy and far out. The McRhino brothers, Angus and Skip, would often lock horns over who got to play the pipe. So the idiom here is lock horns. And what that means is not getting along. They're arguing, they're not getting along over something. As an artist, Nash was constantly looking for things to sink his teeth into. Ooh, and there he really sank his teeth into some artwork here. But the idiom sink your teeth into just means that you've gotten really into something. Or it's something that, if I say, I can really sink my teeth into this project, that means it's something that I'm really going to enjoy. While doing his famous wiggly dance, the amazing shoeman always tried to put his best foot forward. Now, you guys may have heard that expression, best foot forward, is an idiom which just means you're going to do your best. Despite his great skill as a barber, Hank couldn't make heads or tails out of some of his customers. I can't make heads or tails out of this. It means we're confused, right? That's an idiom that means we don't really understand it. Snowflake had a strange feeling that someone was playing cat and mouse with her. Someone was playing cat and mouse. So cat and mouse means, of course, that maybe someone is giving you a hard time. Maybe someone is, perhaps a cat and mouse game would mean someone more powerful than you or stronger than you is maybe giving you a hard time. Willie seemed to attract misfortune, but Bill was a lucky duck. So lucky duck is the idiom here, and that means, of course, that we're very lucky. Byron had a lot on his mind, yet he couldn't think of a word to write. So having a lot on your mind is an idiom that means that you are thinking about a lot of things. You have a lot of things you've been thinking about. You have a lot of things going on that you're thinking about. A lot on your mind. Win or lose, when Bluebell raced Big Daddy Jim, she always had a whale of a ride. So whale, we often use the expression a whale of a time is the idiom. So a whale of a time, you'd have a great time. A whale of a ride would mean you've had a big, so anything big, great, something. So I would say the most common idiom used is probably whale of a good time, which would mean a great time. Although he blended in with the gang, Darnell was just a wolf in sheep's clothing. What do you think that would mean? A wolf in sheep's clothing. Well, that idiom means someone who acts nice, but they're not really nice, right? When she realized she'd taken a wrong turn, Gloria felt like a fish out of water. Now, that idiom, a fish out of water, means that you're really not comfortable at all in whatever it is you're trying to do. So if I think I would be a fish out of water if I had to play in a soccer game, because I wouldn't even know the rules. So I don't play soccer and I don't know the rules. So I would be a fish out of water. So that is the idiom there. After saying she wouldn't be hungry if she missed lunch, Paige ended up eating her words. So the expression eating your words means that you've said something, now you have to take it back because it's not true anymore. Eating your words. Every time the Bobbsey twins bounced by, old Zeke was reminded that he wasn't a spring chicken anymore. So the idiom is spring chicken, and it means young, to be young. Wally knew it was time to draw things to a close. So draw things to a close, what that means is to put things to an end, right? He's not literally drawing it. And you can go back and rewatch the video if you want to look at the pictures a little more closely, because on this typewriter it says, "Did you find the monkey on every page?" Did you? I didn't even notice. So there you go. Those are all the idioms in this awesome book. I hope you've learned something. I'm sure some of them you have probably already heard. So now you know what they are, and now you know some new ones that you can use. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.